Peace be with you, and welcome to my channel. My name is Trevor. Really grateful to have you here. And today's video, I'm just going to be going over my top 10 picks for the month of April. Second time shooting the video. Tried to do it outside on the porch because it was a really picturesque kind of April morning. I had a thunderstorm last night, so but the wind was blowing too hard, and the ring light and the camera stand just kept blowing over. So take two here. So some of the fragrance notes that I like to reach for during the month of April, kind of with the April showers vibe, are going to be violets, juniper berries, woody notes, and vetivers, grassy kind of vetivers. So without further ado, I'm going to get right into this list here, starting off with number 10. We have Molecule 01 from Eccentric Molecules. So if you're not familiar with this fragrance, it's essentially an isolate of a aroma chemical called Isoe Super. And what Isoe Super smells like is essentially a very airy, light kind of cedar scent. Like, it's like a very airy wood kind of smell. First couple times I put this on, I couldn't smell it at all. It took my nose a little bit of wearing a few wearings to get adjusted to it. Really nice, kind of easy, dumb reach almost, you could say. Also a huge compliment puller. Really didn't understand it when I couldn't smell it on myself, why people were complimenting me so much on this. But great stuff, and if you don't want to buy the name brand version of Isoe Super, you can find affordable options for like 30 bucks on Amazon. I prefer having this nice glass bottle though, especially because I think you can scrounge these up on discounters for like $50, the Eccentric Molecules ones. Other than just smelling like a nice airy woody cedar, part of the appeal of Isoe Super is that it helps boost the longevity and projection of your other fragrances. So having this in your collection is going to be great, because as you layer with it and put a poor performing fragrance on top, you're going to get a little bit more projection and longevity out of it. So one of my favorite picks for the month of April, Molecule 01 from Eccentric Molecules. Number 9 spot is going to be Ankara Noir Sport. So unlike the other two Ankara Noirs in the Ankara Noir line, the original and the à l'extrême, this one doesn't have so much of a Bic pen ink kind of vibe, but the vetiver in here is a little bit more earthy and grassy, kind of like a dry grass kind of vibe. And then there's a few citruses and a touch of aquatic notes layered over the top. I don't really care for the opening on this one. It kind of gives me a little bit of a pickle juice vibe. You can see the juice color in here is green. So there's like some grapefruit in here, I believe, that just kind of turns a little sour on my skin, but the opening doesn't last for long, and the grapefruit might not turn sour on your skin. But after that short-lived opening, you get a really nice kind of semi-dark, but not quite as inky as the original Ankara Noir, dry, grassy vetiver. And vetiver is just kind of like a type of dried grass anyway, if you're not familiar with the note. But one of my favorites to wear on a colder, rainy day. It just kind of has that little touch of darkness from the vetiver, and then the aquatic notes harmonize very well with the wetness going on in the air at the time. But easily you could wear this in a sunny, bright day as well, because the citruses in there play to that appeal. But definitely worth checking this one out. Really great for the springtime, and like I said, you know, April showers, great for rainy days as well. That's Ankara Noir Sport, number 9. A number 8 spot is going to be 212 from Carolina Herrera. 212 Men. So what you get with this is kind of like a morning dew on the grass, like a grassy morning dew. There's a violet note in here that kind of gives it a little bit of a candied vibe, like a sweetness, a touch of sweetness. And then the rest of the composition kind of lends itself to being, like I said, like a wet grass in the best possible way. So super fresh, came out in the 90s, but doesn't really smell dated. It just has like a really nice sort of elegant but kind of sporty vibe as well. Something you could easily wear dressed up, dressed down to the gym. Very versatile. And then, like I said, the violet in here kind of adds that little bit of cucumbery wetness in some sense. So yeah, just like a semi-sweet morning dew on the grass. Really great stuff, and also a compliment getter. That's CH Men 212. Or Carolina Herrera 212 Men. Definitely worth checking this one out. Not quite a cheapie, but you can find this for like 60 bucks. I got a tester for right around that price. I think I got it from Aura Fragrance, so keep your eye out on this one. And moving on to the number 7 spot, this is Lalique Equis. So this is the Eau de Parfum version, really the only one that you can get at the discounters anymore. The picture might show an engraved horse head, but they now have a laser print one, so don't be discouraged if you get this, as I was when I first did. But that aside, really nice, warm, woody, spicy, a little bit sharp from a juniper berry note in here. The woods are pretty unique. There's a sequoia note in here. The spices are also pretty unique. There's a mace note in here. It's just very refined, elegant, and unique fragrance. It could easily be a signature scent. Pretty versatile. The juniper berry kind of balances out the warmth in the wood that might lend it to being more of a cold weather fragrance, and you can get away with it in the warmer weather. Perfect for these transitional seasons, and the overall vibe that this gives me is sort of like the scent that you know, the trunk of a tree gives off as it's being re-moistened after the dry season in the winter, and the spring rains are coming, and there's just like a certain aliveness that's causing the tree to burst forth its buds and push out that plant matter, and just the kind of the scent that the wind will carry on the air during that time of the year. This is what this kind of gives me the vibe thereof. Really beautiful stuff. Also a cheapie. You can find this one for right around $35. Definitely worth checking out. Lalique always offers great quality stuff for a good price. So that's the number 7 spot, Lalique Equis. Finally, 3 on this list from Lalique, and this is the last, and it's going to be the number 6 spot. This is Lalique Homage à l'Homme. Another violet-centric fragrance. You get a very kind of candied violet. It almost smells like if you were to take a take violet and make a violet-flavored Sour Patch Kid or something like that, like a violet gummy. So that's kind of one of the main accords you get in here, but the rest of it is almost like a musky version of Versace Oud Noir. There's, you know, a Western oud note in here that gives it this woody vibe. There's some black pepper. Very elegant, refined, almost velvety. It smells like it has a velvety texture to it. Incredible gentlemanly style fragrance. Definitely wanted to feature this one on this April 2023 list. I think this is the last call to pick this one up. You can get it at Saks Off 5th right now for $50. Other than that, the stock is completely drying up. This is recently discontinued. I don't think there's many people talking about that it has been discontinued. So grab it while you can. Like I said, Saks Off 5th is the only place that I see it really still has in stock other than eBay. And it's you're going to get it in a gift set. But yeah, one of my personal signature scents. I absolutely adore this stuff. Longevity and projection is not that great. I get about 4 to 5 hours on it, so it's like moderate in that respect. But a really class act from Lalique. Really a shame that they're discontinuing this one. But yeah, get it while you can. That's Lalique Homage à l'Homme. Okay, moving into the top 5. Number 5 spot, we have Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver. Perfect rainy day scent. I like to reach for this one on those more warm rainy days. Like yesterday we had a thunderstorm kind of roll through town, but it was 70 degrees out while it was happening. Perfect weather for this fragrance. So it kind of opens up with this very clean chlorine kind of smell, like it, not in like a bad chemical way, but just kind of almost like a citric version of how you would smell the inside of a hotel pool, like on vacation in a 5-star hotel. So you get a little bit of that very clean chlorine kind of vibe, and then it dries down into a little bit more of a soapy vetiver. Very light, very elegant, very versatile. You can dress this up easily. Very, you know, class act from Tom Ford right here, but it's easily something that you could like wear to the grocery store, running out to go get some groceries as well. Just a very versatile, kind of soapy clean, slight chlorine-y opening is kind of really what you're going to get with this one. Definitely worth checking out. It is a little bit pricey, but I think Tom Ford generally, at least, you know, before they got bought out by Estee Lauder, I haven't smelled anything from them post that production, but for the most part, Tom Ford has always been a good, you know, they deliver on their high prices. So that's the number 5 spot, Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver. All right, number 4 spot is going to Amouage's Reflection Man. So this is a really beautiful semi-soapy fragrance. Some of the main notes you're going to get in here are going to be, it's kind of like a neroli balm, so you get this very nice, clean, soapy neroli. Sandalwood's also going to be a main player. There's an orris root in here. So like it doesn't quite smell like Prada L'Homme, but I would reach for this in the same instances that I would wear Prada L'Homme in. They both share iris and neroli, and have a little bit of like a soapy vibe to it. Prada smells more like an actual soap, whereas this one just smells clean in some sense. But yeah, this is just incredible stuff. This is an older formulation. I think the newer ones say Reflection printed on the bottle instead of up here on the neck of the cap. I can't speak for the newer formulations, but I'm sure they're not terrible or anything. I have heard that this one's better, but I think you're still probably going to be doing well off, at least to sample the newer one, see if you like it, but I think it's probably going to be really great nonetheless. But yeah, just one of the greatest, kind of clean, elegant, a little bit kind of powdery from the iris or the orris root, and that creamy kind of sandalwood. I think there's some ylang ylang in here as well, pink pepper, rosemary. Just very, very elegant. I think worth the price, even though Amouage are kind of expensive. You can usually find them for like 150 on discounters. I think that's what I paid for this one. Definitely worth checking out. Something I would really love to wear on kind of like a cool, windy sort of morning, kind of like it was earlier today when I was trying to shoot outside with this one. I think this might be my scent of the day. So that's number 4 spot, Amouage Reflection Man. Number 3 spot is Gentle Fluidity Silver from Mason Francis Kurkdjian. So Juniper Berry is going to be the main player in here. You kind of get like a gin and tonic vibe off of this fragrance, is really sort of what it smells like. I think this is what I've got in my repertoire for April, for kind of one of the more warmer days, like when it's not quite rainy out. Even though you could easily pull this off on a rainy day, I think this is great for like brunches and sitting out on the patio at a restaurant, eating dinner. This is going to be great for those kind of like going out occasions. It's very elegant, classy, more dressed up than casual, but you could get away with it casually. Definitely just incredible, gentlemanly, slick, a little bit metallic from this, like the sharpness of the juniper berry. Very kind of, I don't know, just very tart, I want to say. It just gives me a very nice, succulent kind of taste on the back of my mouth whenever I smell this one. And I'm sure that sensation is going to be going on for people around you. Also very beast mode projection. I always get noticed when I wear this fragrance. So that's Gentle Fluidity Silver from Francis Kurkdjian. And then top 2, we've got Chanel and Dior. Chanel coming in the number 2 spot. This is Platinum Egoiste. So this one, you just get a very nice clean shaving foam is really what this is. It's kind of like an aromatic barbershop fougere, lavender, geranium, sandalwood, I think rosemary as well. A little bit of like a metallic edge to it, so you get like a metallic shaving foam. Just incredible, classy, perfect for office, perfect for a daily signature scent. Just very masculine, iconic, classic stuff right here. I believe this one came out in the 90s as well. Super fresh. Just, it smells like a spring breeze. Just that slight coolness on the air, airy on top of everything else, and extremely clean, beautiful stuff. Chanel really hit it out of the ballpark with this one, so it's the number 2 spot, Chanel Platinum Egoiste. And finally, the number 1 spot, this one I feel I'm going to be getting the most wears out of this April, and this is going to be Eau Sauvage Parfum, the 2017 version. This one is a little bit more citric heavy than the 2012 version. I've had the 2012 version for some time. This is a newer addition to my collection, but beautiful woods, slight barbershop appeal. There's a beautiful lavender going on in here. And then this elemi resin that kind of helps boost the citric qualities, but also enhance the woody, kind of regal vibe. I would say regal is a good descriptor of this fragrance right here. So yeah, just like a woody, citric, barbershop lavender fragrance. It is, yeah. And then there's I I don't know if it's just me, but I get a slight licorice vibe off of this as well. I think there was anise in the 2012 version. I don't know if they still have it in this, but I do get a slight kind of black licorice kind of sweetness coming off of it as well. So yeah, it's like a touch of sweetness, beautiful citruses, and incredible like dense woods with that beautiful barbershop kind of lavender. Just perfectly complex and simple at the same time, and just an iconic fragrance. Dior is, you know, never has like a low quality offering, at least that I've picked up off of them. So that's the #1 spot for the month of April for me. This is Eau Sauvage Parfum, the 2017 version from Christian Dior. So let me know what you're going to be reaching for this April, what you've already been wearing this March, what your scent of the day is today. Let me know if I missed anything for this month, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.